Most interpreters prepare the wrong way. And it's exactly why we tend to freeze mid-sentence or mid-assignment. Because when you get a booking, what do? You start thinking, okay, what am I going to say in this job? What is the right words I can use? I don't want to mess up. So you prepare everything in your head. And here's the thing. It feels like you're doing the right thing in most cases, like, until you enter the room, then something shifts. And all of a sudden, the words that you've been planned to say don't fit anymore. What you've prepared is just off the, like, and now you feel stuck. And it's not because you don't know what you're doing, because you have prepared the wrong thing, right? So let's talk about it in this video. Let me show you what's actually we need to be prepared for. Like, what's the thing now? Okay, when I'm going into this assignment, when I'm going to do this job, this is what I get to do. Because for majority of us, we think, okay, all I need to do is make sure I know the terminologies. If it's sign language, I know what signs to use. I know my lines. Okay, this is what the speech is going to be. This is the words they're going to use. And then you prepare, you plan, you get all those things ready, trying to control the outcome, which in most cases, yeah. So it sounds like we're rehearsing and then we get disconnected and we overthink. And then the moment something changed from what we've prepared in our head, from what we've planned and everything, just collapse. And they were like, oh, okay, I didn't see this coming. What do I do here? And the last thing you organize isn't the first thing. So let me walk it through with you what really we should be doing when we are preparing and getting ourselves ready for a job. The key thing is, who are you being in that room? You need to kind of like understand what's the job? Figure out, okay, the job is it like a department, like let's pick a thing. You're going to do, say, maybe a conference for a local authority or for like an organization. Like, how do you want to be in that place? Like, what's the state you want to carry? Like, how do you want to carry yourself in there? How do you want to feel? How does things roll? Because we think, okay, I just need to make sure this happens. Like, I have okay, they're giving me the agenda. I have an idea of what's been said. Da, 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 da. Fine. How do you want to be and act when you're in the space? Not just what you're going to sign or what you're going to say or what words are you going to use or how those things are for. We have to really consider our states as well. What is going to be happening in your body as you're showing up? Do you feel intimidated by the space? Do you feel like, okay, this is a too high level? Like, what's that? How do you want to come in? Do you want to feel grounded? Do you want to feel calm? The presence? We get to prepare that too. How do you want to be among that? Like, oh my gosh, they're too clever for me. Okay, I'm just the interpreter, so I'm just gonna hang. Like, get to prepare that too. How do you want to show up? How do you want to feel in the body? How all those things we get to prepare, not just what's going to be said, because we always go default to the words, to the signs, to the things that is going to happen, but not how do we want to feel going in? How grounded do you want to act? How present? Because here's the deal. Your body would lead the performance regardless. So the intention is, what do you want them to feel as you walk in? Do you want to have that clarity? Do you want to feel safe in the space? Do you want to have the understanding? Those are the things we also need to reconsider. It's not, and then we can then lean on the words, because the words will then come out from them. What we've prepared and all the signs all those things will then follow through. naturally, not forced. But when we come from, okay, I've got the script, like this is the agenda, this is this is that, and then something moves, like, okay, everyone's like, so much happening. Okay, this person is making me feel some ways. Okay, this coworker is way advanced. The speaker's speaking too fast. I can't handle that. We get to have to get ourselves prepared for all those things, for our being in that space, for how we show up. Because you knew what they said. Because you kind of like had the prep, you had the info of what's going to be said. You understood it. And still, you hesitated mid-flow, doing the thing that you said you're doing. And we wonder what's going on because it's not your skill. You just like there's the instability of the whole environment because your brain doesn't just follow words, right? Your brain follows the identity and the states you bring into that room. If you're feeling intimidated, if you're feeling like this is beyond me, um, I all then the words and the things that you've learned are just going to collapse under pressure. But if you come with your identity, that's going to anchor you in. That's the thing that is going to pull you through to that presence of, okay, recovering and knowing this is how I want to be in this space. I want to feel alive and feel empowered and supported. Like the outcome of this, feeling that they've gotten what they require of me and all those things. So preparing the words and the signs and all those things are very vital and important. But before that, before the words, before the signs, we get to prepare us, the states we're coming in with, the emotions and the feelings and all the things we bring to that space as well. So that when we're anchored in self, this just happens. And then we're able to do the thing and recover in real time. And all those things just starts flowing and being activated as we follow through. Because if you are preparing from a feeling of uncertainty of like, oh, I just don't know, like if I am, or this or that, that's would just, that's just an easy recipe for collapsing, easy recipe for the imposter syndrome to land in, easy recipe for the hesitation to start showing up. And the self-loathing, like, my goodness, what am I doing in this kind of place? What's this or does that? Stress to happens, like, okay, I didn't see that coming. Da. Even though we prepared, they gave us all the stuff. And while we were at home or wherever we were, we had it down. We knew what we're doing. And then we got to the space and it's like a different story because we didn't prepare us. We didn't think about how do we want to show up in this space? How do we want to feel? What are the things that we want to showcase for self? And then back it up with the words. We always go for words first. Oh, I need, this is what's happening. This is what there's going to be saying. This is what is happening. Okay, this is happening. Okay, I have to make sure. Okay, how would I phrase this? I would say it this way. I would like sign it this way. Da 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 da. It has its place. But if you're not anchored in self first, in how you show up. So when that mishap happens or you miss something, you freeze it, get back anchored in self. It's not, it doesn't throw you off. It doesn't like affect the flow. And you're grounded in self. As we follow through and as we showcase our work. So The next time you're preparing for a job, for an assignment, for a booking, whatever that is, don't just prepare what you're going to say. Also prepare who are you when things don't go to plan. Who are you when you are in the room? How are you going to showcase yourself? We get to prepare that too. Because the skills isn't an issue. You got that down. What tends to happen is a stuff before. How we see ourselves. How certain or centered are we in what we're about to do? And what are those stories and limiting beliefs we have about that situation or the experiences we had before then that looks like that? We get to prepare how all those things, we anchor ourselves in before we go and do that thing. And then the words and the signs, and for your sign person, how we then would like roll on from that. I am Nene. We do this every single day. Remember, your voice matters and it's your time to use it. Bye for now.